Hello and welcome to the Bookings Africa podcast, an interactive show where we introduce you to our team, our products, services, milestones, and share the value proposition for all users. We are pioneering digital work across the continent, and we are on a mission to enable Africans monetize their skills and earn a living online. Join Africa's preferred gig marketplace and find great talent on demand for physical and virtual services.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Bookings Africa podcast. I am your host, Rachel Wanogo. In our last episode, we had Barbara Anthony Okafor talk to us about the businesses and clientele in the sub-Saharan African space. And if you haven't listened to it yet, head on now to your favorite listening platform, drop us a comment and give us a 5-star rating. On today's episode, I was speaking with Mary Adeniyi, the head of the customer success team at Bookings Africa. She will be sharing with us her day-to-day at BA and the entire customer success experience. What really goes on behind the scenes? You're going to find out in this episode. Welcome, Mary. It's so great to have you here.
Hi, Rachel. It's a pleasure to be here.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
All right. I know our listeners are quite eager to hear about the moving parts of customer success. So just going to delve right into it very quickly. So can you just tell us about your day in the life of being a customer success manager?
Okay. So a day in my life as a customer success manager is majorly managing my team, checking through my team's work, the previous work, to see how they're doing with their daily deliverables, and to also identify points of improvement to make sure that we stay on top of user feedback and inquiries. So basically, that's how my day goes.
So basically, like every single problem on the Bookings Africa planet, it comes through you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what are your current user metrics? Like, how many users do you have on the Bookings Africa platform, and how do you manage them? Are they segmented into different categories?
Definitely. We have about 100,000 users on the platform. These users are segmented into service providers and clients. So these are the two major segments of the users on the platform.
Okay. I remember when we were speaking with Barbara last week, she talked about like the partners and the clients and the partners. So are they part of the users as well?
Yes, they are, but we would rather classify them as clients and service providers. So the broad term for the users on our platform is basically service providers and clients. So the partners also fall under clients.
Okay. So I'd like to know, like, what's the biggest focus for the customer success team right now at BA? What are you looking at? What's your biggest, major thing that you are focusing on as a department?
Okay. So I had earlier mentioned that we have about 100,000 users on the platform, but of these 100,000, only 15,000 are active users. So the biggest focus for the customer success team right now is increasing the number of active users. We hope to increase this number to about 30,000 active users on the platform before the end of 2022.
Okay, 30,000 users, that's quite a number. And I remember Modupe did mention and talking about like it's going to be the 30,000 users by the end of Q1 in 2022. So you're looking at focusing on that.
Absolutely.
In 2022. So what's the biggest challenge that you've experienced so far in terms of like getting to that number of active users?
Okay, so the biggest challenge for all of us at Bookings Africa right now is increasing the number of our active users, obviously. And every department has a role to play in this. So like you mentioned, the number sounds really, sounds like a really high number, but the customer success department is working really hard to hit these numbers and even exceed it. We're also in talks with the product team to see how we could automate the process so it's easier and we can hit the target and surpass it.
Okay, so you're basically telling me that the process of getting those customers on the platform and making sure that they're active, it's a bit slow just because it's manual. So you're working towards like an automated system?
Absolutely. So currently, we manually reach out to users on the platform, service providers particularly, to update their profile, include their portfolio, and every other detail, every metric that needs for a profile to be approved. But one of the things we're currently discussing with the product team is automating this process so that once anyone updates their profile, the system automatically approves the profile.
So they don't have to go through the entire days waiting.
Yes,
so it's basically like get signed up on the platform and you get like verified in about like 2 days.
Quick sign up, quick approval.
How long does it normally take for someone to get like approved?
The approval process doesn't take so long. All you need to do is, for now, like I said, it's still manual. So you just reach out to an executive to say, okay, you sign up on the platform, but we're a tech company and we keep innovating, we keep working on our product to make it better. Yeah.
Okay. What's your vision for the customer success team?
Okay, so my vision for the customer success team is building a team that can work without supervision. Firstly, that is very important. And also building a team that can manage the growing business of Bookings Africa within Nigeria and even, across Africa.
Okay. You did mention to me before about one of the challenges of, getting people to trust the platform, getting users to trust the platform is in terms of like data and how their information is literally like distributed and made use of. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Okay, so when a service provider signs up on the platform and updates some of their details, some of them are usually skeptical in, providing these details, and we can't blame them because we understand, what's going on right now. But we assure them that these details are safe with us because they are not seen by the public. They are not details that, anyone comes on your profile and can see all these details, They are just details we need to verify that, yes, that
they're actual people.
That they're actual people, and just to be able to trace the person in case of any mishaps. Absolutely. So,
and this is both like, safeguarding the client and the user, the service provider themselves.
Absolutely. So we always tell service providers that the details are not things that everybody can see. The major thing that a client can see would be your portfolio,
your work
and your prices, so every other detail is safe with us.
Okay. So I want to talk about like the feedback process and how, you relate with the customers and so on, and how whatever, information that they spread out there, how does it get back to you and how do you process that information that you receive? So how does someone, I'm a service provider or a client, for example, how do I go about giving feedback back to Bookings Africa? How do I get access to the customer success team?
Okay, so we receive users' feedback via our different social media platform. We're on Instagram, so you can send a DM, you can call the official line, you can also reach out to us via
email,
Twitter, LinkedIn, email. Yes, you can send us an email and we'll respond. Also, our WhatsApp. You can reach out via WhatsApp at any time during the week or even during the weekends. There would always be an executive to respond to you.
No, that's really impressive. Because I know that being a tech company, we always want to be hands-on on the number of feedback that we get from customers. So that's really, really important for our users to know that they can every and at any time access the customer success team. Yeah. You mentioned earlier the work that the team is currently running with the product. So you're literally working with the product team all the time. So how do you stay on top of like product changes? Maybe the tech team decides that, we've got a new feature. How do we let, the customers know this? Because I know when it comes to like new things and new features coming up all the time, people are a bit skeptical, like, they didn't inform us, they didn't tell us that there are these changes made on the website or on the app. So how do you stay on top of these changes?
Okay, so I would like to state that one of the factors that influences product changes are customers' feedback.
Okay.
We value feedback. We always want to hear from our users because they are the one experiencing and they are the ones we created this product for.
Definitely.
So their feedback are always very, very important. So it is one of the things that we consider before we churn out the product. So we communicate these changes to our users via newsletters, our social media platforms. We send broadcast messages just so they are aware that, okay, we've introduced this new feature. This is what this feature would do. This is how this feature would help you, give you better user experience. This is how this can make it easier for you to navigate the site. So all our products, we have our customers in mind while creating this product. So it's for their good, and we inform them of these changes via all social media platforms,
basically.
Yes.
So to all our listeners out there, we're literally telling you is stay tuned to all the social media channels for Bookings Africa so you can stay up to date with all the latest features. And like I remember Mo mentioning that by the end of the year, some new features are to be expected. So just one last question. What does a successful customer look like at Bookings Africa?
Okay, so a successful customer or user, as we would like to call them at Bookings Africa, like I said, our users are segmented.
Yes.
Service providers and clients. So I would go with the service provider first. So a successful service provider is one who has signed up on the platform, has updated all the details, indicated the price and the availability schedule, and has gotten a booking. It just makes you really happy that, this thing that I just tried out, I've gotten something from it. I've been able to monetize my skills on the platform. Someone that doesn't know me it could be from another state or somewhere else, could have booked such person for a physical or a virtual
booking.
So a happy service provider is one who has gotten a booking.
What about from a client's perspective?
Yes, so from a client's perspective, is one who, from the comfort of their home, has actually gone through
the entire process.
Has searched, has compared prices, compared time, and has booked his preferred service provider. So the person makes an informed decision, from the comfort of their homes without haggling prices and all of those things.
Yeah, just going through the entire process.
Yeah. So that is a happy user on the Bookings Africa platform.
So I know I said this was the last question, but have you experienced any challenges whatsoever? It is a client that was perhaps disappointed?
Disappointing client so far, none. But maybe an upset service provider.
Okay.
Yes, who was trying to navigate the site but couldn't. But that's what the customer success team is for. We're able to help the person. Yeah.
And I do know that there are tutorials online as well.
Absolutely.
Where you literally share
information.
You can
learn how to navigate
the platform.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I think our listeners and our users and our clients and our service providers are much more informed on how the entire process for the customer success works. And I think they are now trusting that they're in safe hands. You're in good hands.
Absolutely.
So any last words?
Thank you for having me, Rachel. It was a pleasure being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you here today. Yeah. That's all for today on the Bookings Africa podcast. If you're yet to sign up either as a client or a service provider, get on the bandwagon today. Make sure you download the app from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Bookings Africa, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Bookings Africa. And until next time, bye.
Join Africa's preferred gig marketplace and find great talent on demand for physical and virtual services. Download the app on the iOS and Google Play stores. bookingsafrica.com.